Hello everyone, and welcome back to Building Your Psychic Abilities. And today we're going to be talking about your guides and angels, how they help you, what they do, why they're there, who they're there for. So grab a pen and paper if you can, and let's get to work. So what is a guide? A guide is someone that helps you on the other side of life, and everyone has one. You have, a guardian angel that's been with you from the time that you were born till the time that you go back home to heaven. And you have a guide as well that's there, all with their interest in helping you here on your earthly journey. So why are we talking about guides today when we're trying to build our psychic abilities or your mediumship abilities as well? Well, because they play a big part in helping us to perceive and receive information. The more you know your guide, the more you know who you're working with, who's coming to you, who's assisting you, you're going to feel so much more confidence when you're doing the work. And actually, it's kind of nice to know your support team in heaven as well. When you know who your support system is, you never walk around feeling alone. I remember my mom saying once to me when I was giving birth, she's like, oh, you're never gonna be alone. But truthfully, and I'm not, and I have a wonderful son, but we're never alone. And I don't want you to think that you're alone either, because you really do have a spirit team up there just for you. So your guides assigned to watch over you, help you, protect you, and teach you throughout this lifetime. So they don't leave you alone, which I love, and they're there for every step of your journey, especially when you're trying to learn something new, like you are right now, how to build your psychic abilities. What is the best way to meet your guides is a guided meditation to meet your guides, which is included in the video after this one. So we're gonna learn about our guides today, and then you're going to do the guided meditation that will take you on a journey to meet your guide. And really, people ask me all the time, I want to know what my guide's name is. You know, people come for readings. Can you tell me what my guide's name is? How many do I have? What do they look like? The best way to work with a guide or your spirit team is for you to become one with knowing them. How it feels when your guide steps into your auric field, right? Their soul blending with your soul when they're there to work with you. Or maybe doing a meditation and you seeing them for yourself, either your guides or your angels, or hearing from your guides and your angels. And you know, sometimes it's not even hearing a voice, it's a knowing or a thought inside your head that your guides and angels are trying to give you some direction. So spirit guides are here to inspire us, right? They're like our career guides. They inspire you. So what if you wanted to write a book, right? You could sit down and you could ask a specialty guide to step in, an author that maybe walked on here, earth, at one point or another and is now in heaven, and he's more than happy to become and step in to being one of your guides to help you write this book. So there's so many ways that your guides can help you. Another question that I get asked a lot is, can a loved one become a guide? And I would say absolutely. And I've worked with other mediums that say, no, your loved ones are your loved ones. But for me, I see, I hear, I feel my loved ones, even when I'm working, helping me. So from my point of view, your loved ones become a part of your spirit team as well, even those loved ones that have walked on earth before us. There are many levels of guides in the spirit world, each vibrating at their own frequency. Just like us here, we all have our own particular vibration. So, you know, some people are faster, some people are a little slower with their thoughts, with their feelings. And so the spirit world itself is at a higher vibration than us here on earth. So that's what we talk about, the spirit world lowering their vibration and us raising our vibration to make that connection. Especially when we are doing psychic or mediumship work, we need to raise our vibration. So that's where the breathing comes in and making our aura as large as we can, because that's raising our vibration, and the spirit world lowers theirs, and that's where that beautiful blending and coming together happens. So guides can stay with us for a short time or a long time. You have guides that have been with you since before you came here to Earth. So if you can picture sitting up there at a nice big table and you're having a conference about, okay, what's my life gonna be about next time I'm down here on Earth? And we think of lessons and things that we want to go through. Also, our soul can expand and grow. Sometimes, you know, you come back down and you might be a man. Other times, a woman. Some people believe in animals. So reincarnation is true. And so before we come down, we decide some of the lessons that we would like to learn so that growth can happen. So some guides are there from the beginning of our journey, and then they meet us back there when we're ready to go home. And other guides step in just for a little bit. And those guides are usually there to teach you something that you're trying to learn. So I love the story of how I used to teach Zumba years ago. And I went to bed and I was thinking of all of the movements that I had to do before I taught class the next day. And in my third eye, it opened, and I saw all these Latin men with big white smiles and their little outfits on. And I said, "What are you doing?" And they said, "We're here to help you learn the steps." So they were guides stepping in just to help me with something that I really didn't have a knowledge about, but they really did. So somebody just asked me, "Are they still with you as your guides?" And I'm like, nope, but I'm not teaching Zumba anymore. But you would have helpful guides with a specialty that can step in and help you with whatever you're learning. So we create that blueprint in heaven with things that we want to go through, lessons. And sometimes they're lessons for other people as well. So lessons that we want to learn, but maybe somebody in our soul group that we're going to come back down here to Earth with says, "Hey, can you help me learn this lesson?" And sometimes they're tough lessons, but sometimes that's what we signed up for. So just remember, as we grow, our guides grow. What does that mean? So as we evolve here on earth, and maybe 10 years ago, I was in the beginning stages of working with the psychic mediumship abilities, but now I've grown. I've got more advanced guides, master guides, that know where to get me from A, B, C to D. So in the early beginning, I might have not have needed that master guide, but now I do because I have grown. So guides are also here to help us perfect ourselves. So we have that blueprint going on in our mind. We have that pathway there. Sometimes we can get off our pathway, and then we'll get a slight nudge. Or, you know, sometimes we want things and we're like, they're not happening, they're not happening. Why? Well, when we made this blueprint, they're not really in our blueprint. They're not meant to happen, or it's not in God's timing at that time. So we are all divine children of the universe, and each of us has that spiritual support group committed to making our life's journey as easy as it can get. In this lifetime, we're always going to have those trials and tribulations because this is our schoolroom. Heaven is our home. So when we learn to tap into our sixth sense, that psychic intuitive ability, and we learn to connect with our guides and our angels, our lives naturally start to fall into a smoother pattern, because we'll recognize when they're saying, not at this time, not at this time. So when we're going with the flow, it feels good. When we're listening to our guides, we're listening to our angels, things seem to feel a little better, like we're in that flow. The universe wants nothing more to support you. Spirit guidance, however, can be very subtle. So we have to really pay attention to the signs, the feelings that we're being given. So if we're trying to go for this big job and we keep getting a no, it might be that that is your sign that this wasn't supposed to happen. And then you get a call from someone else and your guide's pushing you to go with that job. They know that that was not in your soul's purpose and you might not be happy. So they are there, and the angels very much are there. They're a part of your guidance system. You know, they are God's messengers. They're here to help us on earth. So call in those angels as well. I have your guardian angels are your personal bodyguards, and they like to be asked in, but if you're ever in trouble, your angel can step in, and actually if it's a life and death situation, they can step in and help you. So guides, personal guides, loved ones, healing guides, like Archangel Raphael and Jesus, both master healers, master guides. So it's such a good idea to find out who are the master guides, who are the archangels, who can become one of your spirit team, and call to them when you need them. I remember doing a Reiki session on someone, and I called Archangel Michael, who I'm very close to, and he said, "Bonnie, we have an angel for that." And all of a sudden I saw Archangel Raphael step in. So the more you can learn about your angels and master guides like Jesus, like Buddha, you know, and they don't have to be big names either. You know, it's so funny because people think that they have to have this guide that everybody knows. I have had Sitting Bull come in for a while to be with me, but it doesn't. Sometimes your guides have names like Tim. One night I opened up to a guide talking to me, and I said, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Well, I'm one of your guides. My name is Tim." And I'm like, "Okay." And that's so true. They don't have to be just the ones that you would recognize. Your guides and your group, remember, you have a whole team, are there to help you. They can have names like Tim. So I just love that whoever you need is there for you at the time. So if you were trying to study being a medium that also is intuitive in the medical field, you would want to call to someone up there and ask for someone that could help you learn the parts of the body and to be able to see into the aura and to see which chakra is blocked. It's okay. You just need to call upon a person that can help you with what you're trying to learn now. So let's see. When is a good time to ask for guidance from your team? And I wrote some notes here. In the shower, right? Your morning shower. Ask for guidance of the day. What do I need to know? You could pull a card for yourself, building your psychic ability, building up that connection with the angels. I do a tarot card, your soul knows card that I made, an angel card. I draw them every day to get a little message from myself. What does that do? That builds that connection with my team. And that's what we're doing in this course, is building your psychic abilities. So driving, ask, which route should I take? What route should I take? And then wait for a little guidance, right? Maybe you're getting pulled to the right or the left, or you hear, not that route today. A lot of people's lives have been saved because they heard their angels saying, don't go that way. So there's just so many ways to call in that group of helpers that you need. So all during your day, have a conversation with them at different times over anything. It's not going to hurt to start having conversations with your guides. Hey, what can I do to make this day go a little bit smoother? Hey, I have a class tonight that I'm teaching. What do you think that they want to know about? I go to a spiritualist Christian church, and the president always gets up there and says, I asked Spirit on the way in here, I asked my guides, what do I need to talk about today? So as much as you involve them in your life, they're going to be there helping you. And then, of course, before going to bed, you know, I always just say my prayers before going to bed, and I include if I want to see a guide that night, or I would like an angel to come to me, or maybe I need some healing and I want to say a healing prayer. So just use this beautiful resource that we've all been given. And when you are doing psychic mediumship work, you know, your team is the ones that are going to show you symbols or show you pictures or talk in your ear. They're going to be the ones that are going to bring through people from the other side, from heaven, that you're there trying to get a message to their loved one. So your guides are so important when you're doing this work. And of course, your angels. And you know, Archangel Michael is the one to always surround you with light and love and really protect your energy. So learn about the different angels and stay tuned for the next video where I take you on a guided meditation to meet your guide. So that's great, everyone, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.